So everyone, here we go. We've got the snapshot 21W18 today, which not only brings quite a few interesting changes to ore generation and how that whole thing works, but it's also introduced some new features to do with screaming goats. That is right everyone, along with some changes to infested blocks, which is pretty interesting. So if you do go on to enjoy this video related to the brand new snapshot 21W18A for the Caves and Cliffs update, be sure you do go on to drop the video a like and subscribe if you're new around here for daily Minecraft content. But without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. Now let's begin right over here. These might look like ordinary blocks we've had in the game for a very long time, but I assure you these are special because they are actually infested blocks. Now there's been quite a few changes to all of these blocks here, because if you've been a Minecraft fan for a while you will know that when you try to mine the block, or if you break one next to another infested block, you will actually get attacked by silverfish. But a pretty interesting change means that when these are actually broken and the silverfish start flowing out, the block itself will not be broken any longer, but it will actually go down to half of the strength of its counterparts, meaning that the block itself will stay there, but it will be able to be mined very quickly rather than just breaking instantly like that as soon as they actually spawn. I'm guessing this change was something to do with not wanting players to fall down to, you know, somewhere out of their control, and just to change up a few things like that, so that, as Jeb and the Mojang team were talking about, they do not want things or actions to be out of players' control. If they fall down somewhere, they want it to be because of their mistake, not because of they got unlucky, because of they was standing on an infested block. I'm guessing these changes are something to do with that. The only other main change we really got in this snapshot was to do with screaming goats. Now if we grab this goat here and we place it inside of this invisible pen where the other one managed to escape somehow, but yeah, these goats can actually turn into screaming goats, which is pretty crazy and pretty creepy also, might I add. The sound effects are pretty let's just say scary, but these goats will use their ram attack more often than other goats, meaning if the goat has become a screaming goat, it will actually obviously be a lot more aggressive and do more damage as a result of that, because it will be using its ram attack quite a bit more. Goats already scare me enough as it is in Minecraft. They're pretty scary mobs if I do say so myself. I remember I used to get scared by the llamas back in the day, that they would like fire that projectile at me, but goats are actually pretty scary, and now people actually have a reason to be scared of them. They will just, obviously, if they are screaming goats and they've become a screaming goat, they're a lot more likely to charge you, which is pretty cool for these little things. Now let's talk about changes to the caves and the ore generation. This has been a real topic of discussion, especially lately, with players just wanting and requesting immediate changes to these large ore veins. It's something that's been an issue a lot of people have been talking about, but some people also really love these changes. They've reduced copper spawning a bit to compensate for the large ore veins, meaning that you're less likely to find copper lying around in little deposits, just like we see there, oddly enough, but you're a lot more likely to find a giant deposit of copper rather than finding little splashes of it here and there around the caves. Large ore veins are also slightly more rare but slightly smaller on average. This is because I saw videos of people allegedly finding like veins of like 14,000 ores in one single vein, which is completely insane, and it's more than you would ever need in one Minecraft world. But players were reporting finding all of that in just one deposit, which is pretty insane. There's an increased chance of finding raw ore blocks, which is pretty cool, something a lot of us have been excited about, just like kind of a little cool Easter egg, like maybe you're mining up a bit of copper maybe, and then you've got a raw copper block, which is pretty nice, and I really do love to see that. They've increased the minimum size of noodle caves. I'm guessing this is because players were just getting annoyed by it. I think we can see some of them over there, for example. As players would travel through them or try to make their way through, it would just get pretty annoying, and that's something I found out in my own experience of testing. So Mojang have made them a bit wider, just so it's not quite as frustrating and as claustrophobic as it would be in real life, which of course for me, for someone that's scared of all of that stuff, is pretty nice, even though it's only in Minecraft. Apart from that, there's been a few other changes for deep slate blobs, no longer generating above Y0, and they've slightly reduced the amount of normal sized iron blobs. But yeah everyone, that is basically it for this snapshot. Let me just throw that over there. That is basically all of the new and unique stuff we actually got in today's snapshot. So be sure you let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. Did you like today's snapshot, or do you think it could have been a bit better? If you did not see my prediction video, be sure to check that out. I uploaded it yesterday as of when you're probably watching this, and I talked about how the update could potentially only be a few weeks away, potentially a month. It's about 3 to 4 to 5 weeks it could be at the very minimum, so that's pretty exciting. I feel like we're coming to the end of the snapshot period. I do feel a bit like Emperor Palpatine saying that, but I do feel like the end of the snapshots period is drawing near, and that sometime in the very near future we could be expecting to see some kind of pre-release or something like that, whatever they call it. I actually forgot. Maybe we can be expecting to see kind of a pre-alpha or something like that, just so we can have a bit of a look at it and get an idea for what the final 1.17 will be like. But yeah, that is it for this one. That is it for this snapshot. It's a pretty simple one, but I think it gets the idea across. Mojang are just trying to iron out a few bugs right now, trying to get a few systems sorting out, like the large ore deposits. But yeah, drop a like on this video if you enjoy toasty Minecraft lava. But that's it. Thanks for watching and goodbye.